So what are the 5 things I hate about Las Vegas? You're about to find out. Hey guys, this is Jerry Abbott. I'm a realtor here with Simply Vegas Real Estate in the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about the Las Vegas real estate market, I will be bringing you real estate videos every single week. So if you could, just show me some love and subscribe to my channel down below and click the little bell notification next to it. Honestly, I get calls from people wanting to relocate and buy homes here every single month. So if you're interested in looking to buy a home here, I'm your guy. I've lived here for 17 years. I know every inch of this city. Just call, text, or email me anytime at the information you see on the screen. Okay, so the first thing I can't stand about Las Vegas is all of these recent high-priced resort fees and taxes that have been introduced in the last few years. Let me explain. So what's happened over several years is that Las Vegas is now run by corporations. There's a lot of money in this town now, and it's because the corporations have put a lot of money into it. And what they need in return is they need to generate revenues. So what they're doing is to try to keep their shareholders happy is they have to pass that off to the consumer. So they're raising the prices. You got resort fees going up, you got taxes going up, minibar fees are more expensive. Resort parking is now there, which never was there several years ago. So these fees have crept into Las Vegas, and actually it's really turned a lot of people off. Some people, they don't even want to come back here. That's been a very big turnoff, but the corporations are they're in a little bit of a bind because they have to keep revenues generating to keep their shareholders happy. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to keep bringing in all the luxurious restaurants and shows and all the entertainment that people love here. So it's a tricky situation, but it's really been, I think, in an exorbitant situation for people, and people have not been happy, including myself, where you have to pay for parking, you have to pay all these high taxes and these resort fees, and it's not something people like, and it should drop down. Hopefully it'll drop down, but that's a definite sticking point with a lot of people. Okay, so the second thing I really don't like about Las Vegas is I don't like the element of people that have crept into this city. Let me explain that a little bit more. So after living here for 17 years, I've noticed a very big difference in the crowd of people that now live here and visit here. What happened over the last several years is it used to be kind of an adult-based town based around gambling, going out to restaurants. And what happened over the last several years is it's become a very young millennial-based town. There's a lot of like 20-year-old type people that run around here. They love all the DJs and the partying and the pools and all the nightclubs. All of that has been really the major focus lately. And Vegas has turned into a very young crowd. And because I'm not a millennial anymore, I've kind of changed a little bit. I know that a lot of people like having that young base kind of a crowd, but it's a bit of a turnoff because unfortunately kids today, it's not the same feel anymore. There used to be kind of like a magic in the air to being in Las Vegas, and now it just feels like it's a giant frat house. And I just feel a little bit turned off by that. That to me has really been a very big difference in the element of people that have come here. And I just might be a little bit older, but I think a lot of people would agree with me on that the element of people here has changed. And for me, it hasn't been for the better. Okay, so the third thing I hate about Las Vegas is the driving. I can't stand the way people drive out here. Let me explain a little bit more. So the driving here over the last several years seems like it's pretty much out of control. I go on the highway and people are going 100 miles an hour in the middle of the day on a highway. And Las Vegas actually is very easy to get around in. There's not a lot of traffic, but the speed at which people are going on the highways is just absolutely ridiculous. Then even on local streets here, the local streets typically are in the 45-mile-an-hour range here. Again, there's a lot of dangerous intersections here. A lot of people don't obey the law. They're going through red lights here. There's a lot of accidents here. I understand that a lot of people that come from whatever part of the country they come from, they could say that it's pretty bad here, but Las Vegas, I notice, is especially bad. And again, one of the reasons why is Las Vegas has turned into a very young town. And the young people today, they're kind of just not really paying attention, not really caring, and they're causing a lot of problems on the road. So Las Vegas really is very much a dangerous area to drive in now. So the fourth thing I hate about Las Vegas is the job market. Let me explain. So what I don't like about the job market here in Las Vegas is that it's all based around hospitality. Hospitality jobs are things like chambermaids in the hotels, blackjack dealers, lifeguards at pools, things like that. And a lot of these jobs here are service-based jobs. That's where the hospitality really is. And the reason there's so many of those jobs and a lot of people are out here looking for that is because those jobs are usually for people that don't have a 4-year degree and they need to obviously work. So if you come from a very well-educated city, like where I come from originally, Boston, or if you come from New York or San Francisco, there's a tremendous amount of technology jobs there and sales jobs and marketing jobs there. And there's a lot of diversification. Las Vegas does not have a diversified job market, and it's really hurting them tremendously now during the COVID pandemic. So that's a very big problem here. It's got to get away from it being just centered around hospitality. And unfortunately, it's been like that for many, many years because tourism runs this city. So in order for this to become a more diversified economy here, there's got to be some more things that come into this city, which I'm hoping is going to happen so that it's not just based on hospitality and there's all different types of industry here, which I think is going to happen over time, but it hasn't yet. So the fifth thing I hate about Las Vegas is the reputation of the city. Let me explain. So what I've never liked about the reputation of Las Vegas is I don't like the fact that it's always been used as like an adult playground for people to behave poorly, party, go crazy, and then just go back to their normal cities and their normal lives as if this is not a normal city. There's 2 million people that now live here. There's major sports teams here. There's major corporations here. And I think what it's done is it's really stained the reputation of this city by using it as this kind of punchline that it's just a big party town and then that's the end of it. I know it might seem minor, but for me, I think the fact that people that actually live here want to feel like they live in a normal city, even though a lot of people come here because of the world famous Las Vegas Strip, but it's a very normal, very beautiful area outside of the Las Vegas Strip. And I've never liked the reputation here that it's just basically an adult playground to just go crazy in. It's a beautiful city. There's a lot of different things that are available to people here. And the reputation that's been here for the longest time, which is this come here and go crazy kind of mindset, it's not a good look for the city. Okay, so there you have it. There's a few things here in Las Vegas, maybe not so great, but there's plenty more good things than there are bad things. I wouldn't have lived here for 17 years if I didn't think this is the greatest city in the world. I am a realtor here with Simply Vegas Real Estate. If you're thinking about relocating here and you're interested in buying a home here, I've got your back. Just contact me anytime at the information you see on the screen, and I'd be more than happy to help you find that perfect home for yourself. See you in the next video.